Guys, philosopher here. Topic that I really want to talk about overall, specifically in this small lesson, I want to talk about buffering your combos and why that's important. But more importantly, something that I've been struggling with. I'm still very novice when it comes to fighting games. I'm not that great. I'm trying to learn. There's been other areas of my life that I'm a lot better at than fighting games, but this. Still growing, you know, I'm better than average, but I'm not great. That said, I want to get into a topic, more obscure topics that I don't see talked about, and maybe they are and I'm just overlooking them, or maybe they're in text format, but I'd like to see a conversation about this or a YouTube video, so I'm going to try the best that I can to talk about this topic. The first one that comes to mind is the fact that in Injustice, you can buffer your combos similar to if you played DOA. The reason that I think that's important is because it gives you a lot of room to strategize within your combo string. And I'll explain in just a second. Give me 1 second here, guys. Just want to make sure my stream is working properly. I'm testing this out. Make sure the quality is okay. Looks like we're good. So, I'm learning Black Canary here. I don't know too many other combos, so I have them pulled right here. And I was just going through them, and I was actually trying to see how slow I could do each combo. And I know it's kind of hard to see, but I'm going to put the arrows in here just so that you can look at the timing a little bit better here. But a really easy combo to do this is her, what is it, her forward 1-3. This right here, forward square X. Now, I want you to look at the time that I'm putting it in versus when the move is actually coming out. So, I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of audio with it. So, 1-3. And you see how long it takes for it to come out. So, I can do it really slow, which is good. And something that I really want to stress before I get too far into this, for people who are also new like me, if you're in training, please, please, please do not button mash. Do not do this. Do not do that. The reason is because there's a few different reasons. One, you're going to screw yourself over in the long run, and the reason that's going to happen is because in this game, the buffering is so lenient that if there is a second X button, and you're sitting there mashing it, that's going to come out, and then you're going to bitch about why that move didn't come out, and it's because you're pressing more than one button. It should be 3 buttons. Forward, square, X. No other buttons should be pressed whatsoever. That's for every single combo. I'll go ahead and try to do a somewhat basic combo here, and hopefully I don't press any extra buttons. So, not as I had hoped. I didn't do any extra buttons, I don't think. Yeah, so besides a few directional buttons, which I'm still learning, but not too many extra buttons were pressed. So, anywho, back to my point. So, forward 1-3. The reason I'm using this one is because it's really easy for me to practice this. And with this move, I want to try to demonstrate what I'm talking about. So, you want to have a strategy like any other fighting game. And what I'm noticing so far is there's a lot of high-low mix-ups in this game. So, you know, I have this right here. The blocking is different. You just hold down the block, which I didn't know for a while. You don't have to do down back, it's just down. So that also frees up a lot of mental space to do different inputs, because you can buffer those inputs secretly. They won't even know. I'm buffering an input right now. They don't know. It doesn't matter. I should, let me go ahead and just put it on record real quick and do a quick, let me test this out before I make myself look like a fool. Okay, so simple string. Now let me test this out. So, okay, so, alright, so I'm just holding down. You can see I'm just holding down. Now let's see if I can buffer my inputs. So I can actually buffer my inputs as long as I don't press directly forward. As long as it doesn't come all the way up, as long as I'm still holding down forward, I can buffer these inputs. Which Not really important for this lesson, but something I just wanted to point out. Anywho, so main point is right here. So there are a few different options that I can do from this combo. It's cancelable, so I can do a few different combos. So I can do this. No, that doesn't combo. This combos. That's my meter burn. So basically I'm pressing back meter burn or down back meter burn to do my back 3. I can combo into that. I can combo into that and a few other things. I don't know if she has any lows. She does. Hold on. It's this right. Hold on, let me see how I do this. That right there, which may or may not be the best move, but I'm just using it for demonstration purposes since it's so easy to practice. Now, with any string whatsoever, you know, with Black Canary, it's kind of useful because I have a few different options. So say they block this and that. If they block the first one, already in my mind, because I've already pressed the buttons, I'm not pressing anything after that first move is done. Like, before that first move is even finished, I'm not pressing any buttons. So I can observe, is he blocking or is he not blocking? And I'm going to go ahead and see if I can turn on random block. I'm not too sure how robust this random combo. I'll do this one right here. Not sure how great the training is in this just yet. I'm still learning. So, see, he blocked that right there. So, if I block that, with the Black Canary, I can do my getaway attack. I'm not sure how safe that is, but he might expect another move, so I can do that. Or, I can do another overhead like that. I don't know if it's armored or not. I'll have to test that out. But my point is that because the timing is so lenient on these combos, you can observe a little bit more, and this is where your mind games and your mix-ups could come into play, because you can cancel into a whole bunch of different things depending on what character you're using, how long the strings are. But you can, the more comfortable you get with doing the combos, and this is for my sake as much as for you guys, the more comfortable you get with doing these strings and the more you observe what your opponent is doing, you can start to plan. You can start to mix it up so that they don't know what you're going to do next. And the execution, I mean, I hate to be one of those guys, but the execution isn't that hard. So that said, you need to go and practice the execution so that you're comfortable with it. It's not hard, but it still takes a lot of practice to actually get the execution down. So, you know, like I was practicing some combos earlier, like this right here. Or, wow, I can... So let me see here. This combo right here, not that hard. You know, I hate to be one of those guys saying something isn't that hard, but it isn't. But I mean, it's still going to take practice because the timing's a little weird and all that stuff. But the level of buttons and inputs that you have to press is relatively easy compared to some of the fighting games that I've played in the past. Still will take lots of practice, so don't think that you can just hop into a ranked match and do these crazy combos. You have to get used to them. That's muscle memory, that's anything. You can't just hop into a car, drive it, and be ready to go. You gotta learn it. The more you do it, the more comfortable you get with it. So practice your combos, but also pay attention to your inputs. Pay attention to the cancels and stuff like that. You know, this isn't like Street Fighter where the timing has to be like frame perfect, and you could still argue that with Street Fighter 5, that's still pretty lenient. But that's besides the point. So a really short lesson that I want to talk about. Hopefully we can have a conversation down in the comments, because I would love some advice on where I could go with this. You know, there are other characters that have longer combo strings, or how I can take advantage of that, or what we can do from there. But something that I really want to stress is just the combo leniency. Once you get used to it, like I had that combo string done before the first move was even done, so I could observe to see, you know, did that move land? And then as you're observing, your hit confirming is a lot easier. The hit confirm, basically, if you don't know what a hit confirm is, you're paying attention to the animation of the opponent to see if they're blocking or if they are getting hit. If they're getting hit, you follow up with another combo. You start doing your high damage combo strings, because it's pretty much guaranteed unless they meter burn to get out of it, unless they do some sort of like combo breaker type deal. If they block, you want to do something that's safe or put you at a distance to where they can't punish you. Obviously, punishing being if you do an unsafe move, you're still recovering, so they have the opportunity to do damage in return for your unsafe mistake. So, that said, I want to keep this short. Let me know what you guys think of this, if this is helpful, if this made sense, if I have to elaborate a little bit more, or perhaps this doesn't make sense whatsoever and it's actually stupid and I'm wrong. Let me know down below. I'm going to get back to training. Thank you guys for watching.